with Brad. He's done a great job being patient, staying the course, drafting talent. I get all of that. But what Howie Roseman and John Lynch have excelled at is trades, which Brad has not really made any. And that's not a bad thing. You just haven't really had to. I mean, I remember most recently, trading for guys like Trinity Benson and that kind of stuff, like little small trades that really have no impact. That's fine. But I'm talking about go get somebody, to Lucas's point. And this is the thing, too. If the Lions were still on the track of building and they were like a 500 team, I get being patient. You're going to let this thing play out. You're 5-2 in a wide open, essentially wide open NFC. Go make a deal. Go make a deal. And I want to give credit to this because Booner just sent this to us. And this was per 97.1 and Detroit Sports Podcast tweeted this out. Dan Campbell's, this is from the Dan Campbell interview. Dan Campbell says still has not talked at length with GM Brad Holmes about adding players. Delicate balance is not upsetting the chemistry of a good football team. So he's, again, who cares? Go add talent. You think the Eagles are concerned about the chemistry with Kevin Byard? No. Go add talent. The culture is one thing. They've done a good job building the culture. Go get somebody that just fits right into that culture. Why do you have to go get somebody that could ruin chemistry? That's not how that works. I think this is the right time, the perfect time for Brad to finally be like, you know what? This is a good football team. We're in contention this year. Go be aggressive. Don't sit back and be patient. The NFL is not a every year thing. Things can happen. Injuries can happen next year. You can lose golf for all I care. I mean, things happen. Capitalize on this year, Sam Flannel. That's how I feel. Capitalize on this year.
Well, and Brad Holmes, we all trust him and the team that he's building in Detroit, and obviously they still have everything wide open for them to get the 1 seed, get the 2 seed, definitely get the 3 seed, win a playoff game, and all of that. But at the same time, he's not above reproach, because we're talking about even defensive line help. And I hate to bring this up. A lot of you guys aren't going to like it, but just listen to in this context. The Lions, one of their offseason goals, or at least that we had for them, we don't know what it was behind closed doors, is to help address the interior of the defensive line. And the Lions, they passed on Jalen Carter. Okay, fine. That's not their guy. Although I think he could have really helped this team, but that's neither here nor there. They passed on Kalijah Kancey. They passed on Brian Brzee. They passed on Keanu Benton, but they did decide to draft in from a third rounder from Western Kentucky named Broderick Martin, who hasn't played a snap. So obviously they thought that was in a position of need, and they passed on a lot of really good players who are actually making impacts right now. Jalen Carter is the number 1 PFF-rated defensive tackle in the NFL right now. Keanu Benton's ball and Kalijah Kancey in limited playing time has been very, very good. And Brian Brzee is making an impact, although he hasn't been anything special. But he's got stats in the stat line. And Broderick Martin has done bupkis. That might have been a whiff. It just might have been a whiff because there's no excuse for not being able to play anything on this defensive line right now. I'll
even go a step further. There's only 2 guys, 3, one of them's currently out, that I'm confident in on this defensive line. 3. It's Aiden, Aleem, and then, of course, James Houston. The rest are just guys that are just solid. Fine. We need more than just fine.